except instead of back in black, we're back in Moab.
Back in red.
Back in red, that's right.
It's time for another adventure. And what better place to have one than the adventure capital of the world, Moab, Utah.
This has got to be the coolest place in the world.
I agree.
.35s are tiny, apparently. I thought they were huge, but they're not.
I've had a perma grin on my face all day.
Moab isn't just a place to visit. It's an adrenaline-charged landscape carved from stone and sky.
I'm the king of the world!
Tucked in between towering red rock formations and the mighty Colorado River, Moab is one of the most iconic adventure destinations in the American Southwest. As fun as all that stuff looks, I was here for the Jeep trails. After that first trip to Moab, I learned a lot about wheeling on these infamous red rocks.
Looks like we've got just enough to do this. I've got one left.
This winter, I would add just a few mods to my Jeep, so it was just a bit more prepared for this year's pilgrimage to the Holy Land. New inner fenders to give the 37-inch Mickey Thompsons the breathing room they need. More trimming to the flares, a new heavy-duty clutch paired with a B&M short throw shifter. And after 12 years, I finally centered my rear axle with an adjustable track bar from Clayton Off-Road. One of the most important mods I did though was new seats, and these were worth every penny spent. Unlike last year's solo adventure where it was just Ray and I have a small crew joining me this year. Danny Dubenstein and Michael Turner would be joining us. Contrary to what the liberal media would have y'all believe, crossing the border was as easy as it's ever been. No blockades, no strip searches, and certainly no need for burner phones.
Welcome to America.
Go Bulls America, land of guns and freedom.
Yeah!
Jeep in its natural habitat.
So the weather is markedly different than last year. So we're gonna just kind of cheat. And there, we're almost in Utah. Yay!
The only issue we had was the weather and the sociopathic drivers on Interstate 15 through Salt Lake City. We earned our first honor badge on the week here. By the time we got to Helper, Utah, the weather started to clear, and we all started to get excited about the prospect of hitting the trails tomorrow. Denny's rig is on point, a Hemi-powered JKU on 40s that he daily drives.
Really happy with my rig build. It's just done exceptional.
In addition to just starting out his build, this would be Michael's first real off-road experience. It's been nothing but redneck wheeling up until now. Ideally, we would hit the Bunny Hill first, but Finn's didn't fit into our schedule this year, much to Ray's disappointment since she finally learned how to say the name properly.
Things and things. Ha! I can pronounce it now without trying to summon a demonic entity.
But our first trail was still in the Sand Flats rec area. It was no Bunny Hill though. It would be trial by fire for Michael and his passenger princess, wife Colleen. Even though this is Michael's first taste of real off-road, it was the seasoned vet, Danny, that had a few issues to start out with. 4Low didn't want to engage. It eventually did, but this would be an issue that would nag Dubenstein more in the days to come. One thing about some of the trails here in Moab, they have these ominous names that clearly instill a sense of fear and dread in all who hear them. In reality though, Hell's Revenge isn't a difficult trail, and newbie Michael was doing just fine on his first real off-road trail. The real goal today was an obstacle I was unable to complete last year, and it has been an itch in my brain ever since.
Got an audience.
Always do.
The obstacle in question is none other than the infamous Hell's Gate. Last year, due to a nasty fender flare rub, I had to play spectator as good pals from upstate New York, Evan and Ralph, tackled the obstacle. Unlike Evan, whose JKU powered up the gate like it was nothing, Ralph in his TJ had some issues.
Driver!
Which could have ended in yet another infamous Hell's Gate viral video.
Go! Back out, back out, back out! Woo!
Though his line wasn't perfect, the long wheelbase JKU just drove up like it was on level ground.
It was awesome. Probably the best trail I've ever had the Jeep on. The terrain's amazing. It's like being on a totally different planet.
Now it was Ray and I's turn. The interesting thing about the gate is that the entrance is almost as much of a challenge as the more famous exit.
Yeah, I'm just coming up to the bottom here. That entrance was wild. It would be fun to turn around and crawl up that.
The thing about Hell's Gate is it's high risk, low reward. If you make it, everybody's like, whoop-de-doo. My buddy in a Crown Victoria made it. And if you don't make it,
While two-door Jeeps are badasses on level ground, they don't like steep ascents as much as their four-door counterparts do. As you can tell from my face, I really wasn't liking my line all that much. I was right. I missed my turn and ended up off the line, literally by inches.
I don't usually get scared like at all during this. I'm kind of shook right now.
just relax.
Though this obstacle has in fact been conquered by Crown Victorias, Kias, minivans, even crappy Subarus, it was still a rush. The gate also has the unique distinction of being the only obstacle I've ever done that has actually scared Ray.
That's an exaggeration. I was shaken, not scared.
Shaken, not stirred.
Sure.
The James Bond of 4x obstacles. So, you won't know this in the video because I'm going to edit it seamlessly, but I actually did it twice. We had some technical problems with one of the cameras, no big deal. It was not the perfect conditions today either because there was a lot of standing water in the base and my tires were wet till about halfway.
Or maybe I'm just making up excuses for not running the perfect line the first time up. Either way, mission accomplished. Next, we climbed up the Slick Rock Loop to check out the hot tubs. Initially, Danny had planned to try the car wash out, until he saw it. Then we moved on to Mickey's hot tub, the smaller of the two.
Well, it's steeper than I thought it was.
I know, and this is the baby one.
For a baby, yeah. I don't know. I gotta drive home still, so.
Film never ever does these justice. It's like straight down. It's like a 70 degree. At least.
We were done with the hot tubs, but we weren't done with Hell's Revenge just yet. Our next obstacle was the tip over challenge. While I love wheeling with a manual transmission, sometimes they can be a pain. I wasn't quite used to the ACT heavy flywheel, and yes, that's my excuse, and I am in fact sticking with it. While this obstacle is YouTube famous, after running it, I have found that tubers have once again been overly dramatic about this one. It was just a matter of climbing up with the appropriate amount of skinny paddle. I decided to take the group out on the backside of Hells. I hadn't done any research on this exit, and I had no idea what to expect. This would be a first time for all of us. Upon completing this first obstacle, I knew that we had a problem. Michael's 35s. And the straggler we picked up this morning at the staging area in a bone stock Gladiator. Danny and I for sure had our work cut out for us, spotting these smaller rigs to ensure they didn't get wrecked up here. The bypasses were limited and still offered a significant challenge for our small-wheeled counterparts.
Not so much. Nope. I really liked that exit. That was a lot of fun. Not what I was expecting. A little bit more technical than I thought, but I mean, that's part of exploring, is you explore and learn new things. And we learned that that route is a little bit more technical, but the sights, the views are totally worth it.
While I much preferred this route over the usual exit, Dubenstein and I were suffering a bit of spotter's fatigue. And I think everyone was pretty much ready to get off this trail at this point.
Yep, I'm just pulling up here.
Okay, good, because I can't shift that on 4 high now.
Absolutely amazing. Breathtaking scenery, unbelievable wheeling. I've had a perma grin on my face all day. Just never imagined it would be like this. Now it's only day one.
But what did Michael, the rookie, think about his first real off-road trail?
It blew my expectations, honestly. I didn't quite, I thought I had an idea what it would be like, and it was way better than I could ever have imagined it would be like. Any video or anything does not do it justice at all. You have to come and see it in person.
Even my video?
Well, Your video's accepted, of course. But like Mickey's hot tub and stuff, seeing it on video, it doesn't do it justice. It's so much steeper than I ever thought it would be. Amazing trail, amazing views. It was a lot of fun.
Hell's Revenge would be Michael's first, and unfortunately, it would be his last Moab trail that he would take his Jeep on this week. While the rest of the group headed back to their campsite, Ray and I weren't quite done running trails just yet.
So we decided to do an evening run down Chicken Corners. We just kind of started about half hour ago. It's just a bumpy little road, not really a trail, just too high for the wind. But the views in here are pretty stellar. This is just super cool.
Located only a few minutes from the Moab town site is one of the most spectacular trails the area has to offer.
I do kind of wish I aired down to smoothen these bumps out just a little bit. But it is what it is.
Just after getting started, we encountered a problem. A big problem.
Ruby's not 100% right now. It seems that I might need a thermostat. It's not like it's overheating, but the fan is on all the time. So we decided to stop climbing the hill just to be safe. And might be a trip to, I guess, Napa tomorrow. Problem is, I've got a Napa in there right now. And it's pretty fresh. It's only maybe 15,000 kilometers old.
Was the problem just a thermostat or something bigger, like a head gasket? Could our Moab adventure be over just after one day? One trail? Would I even be able to make the 2,000 plus kilometer drive back home without major repairs?
Awesome shit. I blew a bead.